Hi friends, it's been a minute. Wanted to come in today and chat with you a little bit. Things have been changing a lot. A lot. I don't know if you felt it. I have felt it. That's why I've taken a step back momentarily from uploading these videos. Not because I'm done by any means, but because there had to be a recalibration. Now, I say the other day, it's been about a month, I drew this card, the Blue Heron, number 45 from the Animal Medicine deck. I've drawn this card before, and I actually didn't particularly like the message that I was getting. And I wonder how many of us are given the information that we need to see, but simply choose to ignore it because we don't like what it implies. And that's actually the message of this card. Knowing yourself through discovery, facing challenges, accepting all feelings, opinions without denying any emotion or thought. You are unaware of who you are or where you belong. That one hit. The thing that I remember when I read the description from the card was about the eye of the heron. I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah. It says, as long as you look at yourself with self-import, low self-worth, or self-pity, you will never understand your potential and opportunities that appear before you. You need to see yourself with a cold, unflinching eye and face the enemy within. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, it means that we have to actually see ourselves, the true self, not the self that we put a mask on, not the self that we want everyone to think of ourselves as, not the person who never makes mistakes, the person who's always right, the person who's strong and has everything all handled together. No, it means you have to stop and you have to look at yourself critically. You have to see where you're making those mistakes. You have to be willing to admit that you might not be the person that you thought you were, that you might not be the person that you want to be, that the polished self-image that you show the world isn't who you really are. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you broken. It's this mask that we've been wearing since childhood to fit in, to feel a sense of belonging, like you mean something, that it matters, right? And that was weird. And now is this time to step back and question those things. Question the parts about yourself that you thought for certain were truth. Because this mask could be so well fixed to your face that you don't even see that you're blinding yourself. And that is where the real work begins. I spent a lot of time reading and contemplating, reflecting, and not making these videos. And that unlocked something. I still haven't got myself wrapped all around it yet. This is a process, just like this whole spiritual journey that we're all on, right? You don't suddenly wake up one day, see the face of God, and go, I understand everything, and everything is pointless now. There's a point. We're here for a reason. We're here to learn lessons and to make changes and to grow and evolve as a soul. And you can't do that if you've trapped yourself into the belief that you've already done everything you need to do, that you don't think there's anything you need to improve upon. And that's where I was. And that's what I'm working on right now. So again, I don't have all the answers. I haven't even gotten to the point where I can label everything yet, but I can start to see the differences, and that's big. So you start noticing how you react, how you frame things, how you see things, how you perceive things. And that's this big message here is perception. The biggest message here is perception and perspective. It's taking the perspective that you might normally take, right? And turning it on its head. Well, what if I didn't think that? What if what I'm thinking is the opposite of what's actually happening? You have to be willing to accept that you might not know what it is that you think you know, which can be incredibly scary, which is exactly why your mask, the ego, the shadow self has been buried. because your ego doesn't want you to see that. Your ego wants to seem safe and secure in this knowing and this being. And when you question that, everything gets scary, right? But it's not. It doesn't have to be. This is the point where you look at the Blue Heron and you take responsibility. You stop pointing the fingers at others and you look at them in yourself. Face the enemy within. See the truth of your motives and dive deep into yourself. Trust your path. Trust what has been laid out before you. So I'm going to be talking more about this ever unfolding topic here in the near future. But I wanted to leave you with this. If you're struggling right now, if you feel like nothing's working out, or if you don't feel full right now, consider doing some shadow work. Consider reflecting on the perspectives that you thought you knew about yourself, and see if there's something deeper there. Ask yourself why you react the way that you do. Is it because you're actually defensive, or is it because you don't want to admit something inside of yourself? It's all about perspective. It's all about the perception. So look at it from multiple perspectives and perceptions, and think about all the ways that you could be misreading or misinterpreting what it is that you thought you were so certain of. And sometimes you just need to step out into nature, like this beautiful place right here, and just disconnect from all the noise, the social media, the news, the endless cycles of just drain and drain and drain. Come out here, and even if you're in a busy city, like I've talked about before, if you can't make it out into nature, take your shoes off, find some grass, find some plants, connect with nature. If you're currently searching for some big spiritual breakthrough, you think that you want a sign from God, a sign from your angels, a sign from your ancestors, guardians, spirit guides, star beings. After I started this process, about 2 weeks into it, I got a download, if you will, or a remembrance, which was that this was the type of work you need to focus on. By focusing on the shadow, by focusing on the real work of uncovering yourself, your true self, those synchronicities that you're chasing after will become more profound. They'll become more apparent. They'll become weirder and more undeniable. And I mean, that's true. That's happened. I've had some of the weirdest things I can't even explain happen. And not just to myself, but with multiple people, where it's like a chained event in real time, where all of us are left looking at each other like, what just happened? And this vision came to me where I saw my guides, and it was so bizarre. It was like this block time where you can't picture it as a linear line of time like we're so used to in this everyday perception where, the sun rises, the sun sets. Now, this was like all time exists at once, and it was this vision and experience of it was oneness in a sense, but it was also this this timelessness, and understanding that by seeing this now, what's happening here is also happening here and here and here and here all at the same time. It's hard to put into words. I'll work on that so I can make a video on that at one point. But my point being, if you're searching after the spiritual, if you're searching after those sorts of things, shift your focus back to yourself, into the internal world of uncovering and unburying what's been held deep inside. Connect with your inner child. Connect with your shadow self and embrace them. It's not about burying or fixing or any of that. It is about integration and seeing why it is you do what you do, because there's a hidden meaning in there. and there's answers waiting for you to find them. I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.